Hello, there I am.
There you are. Hello.
Hi, it's so good to see you all. I'm sorry I can't be there with you.
Oh yeah, it's probably for the best, the safest way that we can do it, but we're glad to have you on video.
Well, I'm glad to be able to join you on video. Um, I'm Wendy Hansen from Shaggy Bear Farms, and you probably many people might recognize me or my red hair or my cubes or my yarn or something. But we're a small family farm from Scio, Oregon, which is a large town of about 240 people. And so I drive down every fall to enjoy myself at Lambtown. So thank you for having us. So I hope I can tell you a little bit about our farm. And I'm very good at boring people with all of our sheep stories and farm stories. So please cut me off when you need to. Here at Shaggy Bear Farms, we focus on the lesser known and the rare breed sheep. But we have 44 different breeds of fiber animals here on our farm. So I have full-grown ewes that weigh 25 pounds and full-grown ewes that weigh 350 pounds. So there's a wide variety of sheep and a wide variety of fiber. And my joy in life is to try to get everyone to match their project to the right fiber product. So I usually set up my booth something like you can see here, but I have every breed that we raise. I have all their fibers there so people can squish. They say, oh, this is merino, and this is not like Navajo churro. Oh, and this is not like polypay. And oh, I've never touched Clune Forest. What does that feel like? And so I let them feel their way across sheepdom so that they learn that not all sheep are white, that sheep come in a variety of colors. There are no blue sheep, but you can make that happen by dyeing it afterwards. Or you could even, I guess, put Gatorade on top of the sheep when it's full and fleece and then shear it, but that's a little bit more of a trouble. And anyway, so sheep have a variety of colors, a variety of personalities, a variety of all sorts of everything, soup to nuts, it's everything, A to Z, just like all the breeds of dogs that there are in the world. That's the type of breeds of sheep that there are. So we are a Save 'em to Shave 'em participator. We have a good number of rare breed sheep. And I wanted to also say, finally, can everyone say, finally, we've gotten our website kind of up and running, and we're busy adding things so that people can actually, since I can't join them in person, they can join me vicariously through the internet and see all the things, all the sheep rovings, try them out, enjoy them, compare them, contrast them, talk about them, email me, and we can enjoy each other's company and education through the internet.
So I was actually, before I started this, I was actually going through your site and I see that you have Shaggy Bear Farm and then Shaggy Bear Farms. Yes. And the one with the S looks like it's the one that has like the shopping ability.
Yes, and I think, and there's more information about the sheep on the not S one.
Yeah, more like the ones like more farmed based, the other one's more like textile and purchase based, but there's a ton of information on here. And it looks like you have a bunch of stuff already loaded too. And we do have a question, and Beth would like to know, do you carry spinning supplies?
Spinning supplies, meaning roving?
There isn't any sort of specification here, Beth. If you wanted to drop another question for, if you're looking for a specific spinning supply, we can make sure that Wendy can answer that for us.
Yeah, I don't have, right now I don't have like spinning wheels or drop spindles. I carry them upon occasion, the drop spindle part. But I have a million billion types of fiber just waiting to be spun. And I also have I've just started dyeing a whole bunch of different kinds of locks. Teeny tiny locks for lock spinning and needle felting and that kind of stuff. So I have everything but the equipment part. How about that?
That's perfect. That's a really good answer. And on the website too, I see that you've got the roving uploaded and a bunch of colorways that like I don't recall seeing in past Lambtowns or any of the other festivals I've seen you at either.
Yes, I've been busy creating a whole bunch of different things now that we have to go be more online and fewer people can touch. I've been expanding my dyeing, so to speak. So there are a lot of varieties and many more to come.
Yeah, great. And it looks like Kira dropped your website in there with the Shaggy Bear Farm, and I just went ahead and threw in the Shaggy Bear Farms with the S, so that way people can see both.
Great, thank you so much.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to also say that I want to be able to share locally grown, locally sourced wools with everybody. There's so many people that think that, like, I know that Robin was just on, and she has her Jacobs. Well, the Jacob fleece from an American breeder is much different than a Jacob from an English breeder. And so people will say to me, oh, Jacob fleeces are scratchy. And I will say, oh, no, you've got to feel this. And they'll say, oh, that can't possibly be Jacob. And I say, oh, but it is. This is an American Jacob, much different. Think about the different forage, the different environment, the climate, all that really has an effect on the fiber that the animals will produce. And it will also have an effect on how the dyes are picked up on the fiber, should you choose to dye it, and also how you spin it. So please, I encourage people to shop locally and to see what and to touch locally, so they can see what an American sheep of all these different breeds actually looks like.
And it looks like we're trying to get it updated to where we can, someone's having a little bit of issue going to the URL. So we'll try throwing that in there again for you, Robin. And do you have anything in particular that you wanted to kind of call out for this Lambtown Festival, or any sort of coupons or deals for this?
Well, I wanted to call out our brand new website because we haven't been able to shop online. People have been having to send me emails, which I know is troublesome and painful for them. So I'm sorry that it doesn't. I think what's happening is on the back end that we're adding things to the website as we speak. So it might be not the best opportune time. But anyway, check back in an hour and maybe it'll work much better. Or send me an email at shaggybearfarms@yahoo.com. And so we will. I will. Any problem I will help try to handle. So I appreciate it, and I'm terribly sorry. This is what happens when it's new, and if it's true that it's broken because so many people are just bombing at my door, I am like so excited. That's the best kind of breaking news to happen. But I do want to show you some things that, for instance, this is the natural Shropshire fleece, which is a rare breed. I'll hold it up a little bit better. And this is what happens when you dye it. And I think so many people are amazed that it doesn't have to be that you can do something with a rare breed, that you don't have to dye just merino or silk or something, and that this would make a killer pair of socks or anything else you wanted to. But these off-white rare breed fleeces take color just as well as merino or our beloved BFLs or anything else. So there's just such a great variety. And I also wanted to just remind people to pick the project for the yarn for the project. I mean, if you were going to tell me that you were going to make a shawl you want right up against your neck, well, you could either choose alpaca, pagora, and tussa silk, or you could say Navajo churro. Let me tell you, they're both lovely. They're both shades of green, kind of. This one is more rustic. You wouldn't want to make your shawl out of this, but you would be just dying to make your shawl here. So choose the right yarn, the right fiber for the right project. If you wanted to make a horse blanket, don't choose this one, the alpaca one. It will not last at all. Your horse will love you for a small period of time and then it will be gone. Choose this one. Choose the Navajo churro. And this will last, and it'll felt, and it'll be lovely, and you and your horse will be happy. So it's all about matching the right animal to the right project, and you'll be really happy.
Okay, and we do have a question, and you've sort of answered it, but I think it'd be good to kind of elaborate on it. But somebody was wondering if you were involved in the Shave 'em to Save 'em, and I know you said yes already, but maybe if you could provide some breeds or some additional information on what you might have for that.
Sure. Let's see. I happen to have a list here. The Shave 'em to Shave 'em breeds that we have are Black Welsh Mountain, Clune Forest, Cotswold, English Leicester, Horned Dorset, Jacob, Lincoln, Navajo Churro, Rommeldale CVM, Santa Cruz Island, Shetland, Shropshire, Teeswater, and Tunis. And there'll be a test in the morning.
I was just gonna say, man, I started to write them down and I lost, and like almost after about the third one.
So if anybody's interested and they can't remember all that, I can't imagine why, send me an email and I'll shoot you the list again.
Okay, great. And I did put your email in there, but just before and we've still got about 5 minutes or so, so just before that ends, I'll pop it in there again for you.
Great.
In the chat section.
Great. Does anybody have any other burning questions?
We have a lot of compliments, and I want to make sure that you're aware of it. So we have a lot of people that have mentioned that they've purchased from you before and they loved it, and that basically they love sheep stories. One of the things that I know from you is that you can name every animal on your sheep. It's one of the things that I've heard for years. And I know I've asked you about it personally, and I got an ecstatic yes.
Yes. We had, everybody knows their name. Because we were doing this, I had a higher level of internet installed this week, and the gentleman on the farm who came to install it could not believe that I was calling all the sheep to come over, and they were sitting with me and talking and carrying on, and I was telling him all about them, and he was so afraid of the sheep that he asked me to build a pen for him so that he could stay and work inside the pen so the sheep wouldn't be so helpful.
So we did get a few questions. Sure. So one of them is from Kira. Do you separate all the breeds or pasture them together?
I pasture everybody's grouped together by personality type, which is means that those that are more aggressive get penned together, and those that are more laid back, hey dude, you go first, it's okay, those kids go together. The sheep that need a little bit more time, the elderly, I have a blind sheep, they stay closer to the house, so they're kind of grouped together. It's kind of like how we humans do. We tend to group ourselves together by people of a like mind and like to view the world in the same way. And that's the way we run our sheep.
Okay.
It's just more convenient for us, and it makes them happy too.
All right, and Marina also had a question that was similar, and I think that one is kind of in the same vein. And so we'll skip that. And we have Lisa asking, is it true that you sing to your sheep?
Absolutely. They all love to be sung to, and I try to change the songs based on the time of year. I start singing holiday carols about the day after Thanksgiving, and then during the fall season, because I went to Cal, I sing them Cal fight songs, and I sing when I'm really sad, I sing Latin requiems, and so that they know a variety of songs, and they can kind of tell what mom's mood is based on what song she pulls out. You know, if I'm doing Broadway show tunes, they know that it's going to be a good day.
That's excellent. And Beth is wondering if people are able to visit your farm and shop.
I don't have a shop. It's called My Front Room. But people can of course come and visit if I have enough of notice, and they also have to be aware that it's a working farm. People have come before and been kind of freaked out that there was poop on the ground, but poop happens. And so it's not like there's poop everywhere, but that happens. And so yes, but I just need enough notice. Sometimes during when there's a blizzard, I mean, it does snow here. When there's snow or lots and lots of rain, you probably don't want to come in your high heels or your sandals, but but we can make it work.
Okay. And then we've got a couple, Beth, will actually save your question for Robin, because I believe she's shaved them to save them as well, since Jacob are in that grouping. So we'll have Robin actually answer that if she has time. But Royce was wondering which sheep has the sweetest temperament.
Well, it's kind of like which child do you love best, right? I can say that I like them all for different reasons. I think in general, the Gotlands are very, very sweet and loving, and I think that Cormos are very loving, and I think that we just added some baby Southdowns, and they are very sweet and docile and loving. So it just depends. I mean, it's like a human being. Anybody can be grumpy on any one day, but I really enjoy the great variety, and you just learn to appreciate the differences in all of us.
Okay, great. And then it looks like Irene was actually saying that there's the website to try it again in about 10 or 15 minutes, just because there's quite a few people trying to access it, and that you don't have to install WordPress to access the site. And then we do have a question of, do you have one shearer for all of those breeds?
Well, we used to have shearers that came from the outside, and they were aghast and appalled that we had sheep of different sizes, and that required them to do different things. Some are fine wool, some are not fine wools. They're different colors. They wanted them all grouped together by color and by size. There were horns. They weren't particularly crazy about that. So my dear friends and I and my husband, we shear them all ourselves, and we're not necessarily fast, but we're good, and no one dies at the end of the day, and we laugh. And if somebody goes around, that somebody kicks the shearer because they don't, or the shearing, the combs because they don't like to have their back leg sheared, then we just say, look, at all your friends are going to laugh at you because you have short hair everywhere else but on that back left leg. And
that's true.
Cooperate next time. So it's all good.
All right, that's awesome. I didn't actually realize that you had shorn all your own, so that's pretty cool information. But that is at our time. So thank you so much for hanging out with us and giving us the information. It was super informative, and we appreciate you taking the time today.
Well, thank you so much. And like I said, please feel free to email me anytime. I love talking sheep and fleece.